of what this franchise has done post Kevin Durant era, I truly believe the Golden State Warriors front office screwed this.
Did nothing. They did nothing. They did nothing. I'll say it for you.
Spoiler alerts. The dynasty's over, dog. And trust me, I know we watch it live on playback.tv/Lowe's Room. We're gonna be
support
watching
Lowe,
every
man. That's the homie right there.
game live throughout this postseason.
That's
run,
the
so
homie,
make sure
man.
you check me out over there. But Curry tonight held to 22 points, though he did shoot efficiently from the field behind the arc and got to the free throw line 3 times, made all 3 of them.
Yep,
but
he
still, his level of impactfulness wasn't where it's normally at. 2 assists, 4 rebounds, and turning the ball over 6 times really hurt this team immensely.
Because he was getting doubled and triple teamed like crazy. But at the same time, I have seen Steph many times get out of those by being hyper aggressive. He could have done it, but at the same time, I get it's kind of hard being 36 and still playing at that level. It's tough, bro. Especially when your team is not aware or not trying to be as aggressive as you. I understand, but still, no excuse. Just get some context. The brother should have played even harder. I agree with Lowe. I do agree.
And the reason for this is because Curry is really effectively the only player on the floor that could create for himself and others. And honestly, that has been an ongoing conversation, not only for this entire season, but also how they lost last year as well. But what the rest of the team did really puts the nail in the coffin around the idea and the biggest problem with the Golden State Warriors. Wiggins being held to 12 points on 11 shot attempts. Kuminga putting up 16 points on 15 shot attempts. Depot being held to 5 points in 24 minutes. Chris Paul only shooting 1 for 3 from the field. And the most noteworthy one was Klay Thompson going 0 for 10 from the field, 0 for 6 from behind the arc, and having a scoreless 31-minute game. It was
Just how? How?
Was a horrifically bad, terrible game and a must-win situation for Klay Thompson. And man, it was really hard to watch.
Trolling Golden State Warriors fans,
especially knowing what that could potentially.
Trolling the fake ones is hilarious. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like it doesn't bother me because I'm just like, yo, like it's all jokes, bro. Like we deserve to lose. We deserve the jokes, bro. You can't be dominant as much as we've had and make all the jokes we've made there when we've been winning, right? And then all of a sudden now when we lose as if this was going to happen, we all of a sudden don't like it. Shut up. It's fair game. It's fair game. You know, I can't be mad at that, bro. It's how it is. And actually, the jokes are mad funny. I ain't gonna lie.
Mean for him.
Jokes are mad funny. I ain't gonna lie.
There is a genuine question to be asked if this is the last time do we see the big three together out in the Golden State Warriors, or are they going to bring back Klay Thompson, because that has been the elephant in the room for the last like 18 months now. But before we get into that, a much bigger problem that we've seen all season long, because there has been a lot. First, we have the Curry conundrum. We're really just overly depending on a 36-year-old. Honestly, just cannot carry this franchise for any longer. Throughout this entire season, it was very prevalent and obvious that Curry was.
And next to that, for y'all that, again, for the nincompoops that said Stephen Curry didn't carry nothing, blah, 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 blah. Again, argue with your mother. I mean, for God's sakes, even Lowe said it himself, and Lowe loves trolling Golden State.
Carry this franchise for any longer. Throughout this entire season, it was very prevalent and obvious that Curry was going through a regression. He had highs that looked really, really good, but also lows that left a lot of people concerned, including myself. The most noteworthy dip in production was seen in the last
after the All-Star
games in the regular season, or more specifically speaking, post-All-Star break. As Curry in the last 25 games in the season was held to 23 points, 5 assists, 4.5 rebounds, turning the ball over 2.5 times, but shooting splits of 42, 38, and 90.
I'm also going to say this too. I also say as well as this too that I noticed with Steph during this time, the Steph Curry that we all know and love of being just, you know, the happy-go-lucky. I'm telling you right now, bro, 50% of basketball is confidence, other 50 is skill. When your confidence is down like that, and you're a player who mostly thrives off confidence, again, Luka, Steph, Jokic, you get what I'm saying? It's like when you lose that confidence, bro, it's a big detriment to your game, no matter how much you are skilled. And you could tell during the games with Stephen Curry, he looked very distraught. He looked very sad. He looked very angry. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell during those games, low-key, bro did not want to be there sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never seen that before with Steph. Never have. You stream, we'll call. Yeah. Be good to heal on Twitter. Send me this link, Zach.
Certainly isn't what we're accustomed to with Curry. To see that level of dip and regression in production is certainly concerning. Now, to be fair to Curry, I don't personally think that it's his fault. When you're 36, you're going to start to see some type of regression. So I don't even really blame Curry. I blame the roster construction.
Yes, the organization.
As someone who's been critical of what this franchise has done post Kevin Durant era, I truly believe the Golden State Warriors front office screwed this.
Did nothing. They did nothing. They did nothing. I'll say it for you. Freaking ridiculous. We had literally in our Discord, we had options of who they could get. And that would easily, from Real to Raj, Zach, everybody gave ideas of who we could acquire. We got a point guard from the freaking G League. Rudy Gay would have been better help. I swear to God, bro.
Man Curry out of a competent roster. This is an organization that had the opportunity to reconstruct this roster in the latter half of Curry, Dre, and Clay's prime. But instead, what they decided to do was keep the draft picks, draft young players, and hope that it panned out. And unfortunately, it just didn't.
It's time for me to get set up for therapy, and I use this room as my office. But the desk is over here, and so when
especially this season, as you had to struggle immensely with the lack of talent on this roster, having to rely on young, inexperienced players like Kuminga, Moses Moody.
Too late.
As far as rookies such as B-Pods and TJD.
Too late.
Certainly wasn't the greatest idea going into the season, but that's honestly what they were left with by the end of the year. And yes, for the people out there who want to criticize Steve Kerr for not playing some of these young players earlier on, trust me, I believe it. I agree with you, especially when it comes to Kuminga, because it's crazy to me that he had Kuminga sitting on the bench in the beginning of the season. That was why.
Y'all said he was trash. Y'all said she was trash. He was God, bro, you're messing me up. Y'all said Kuminga was trash. Stop watching basketball. Get your internet taken away, bro. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. The whole world saw how good Kuminga was from the jump. And y'all sat there and still... Oh, his defense is bad. What is Clay's? What is Draymond's? What is Wiggins? Y'all did everything to not criticize the big 3, 4, 5, whatever. But oh my Lord, y'all wanted to crucify Kuminga for anything. I remember. Oh my God, I can't wait to see you bandwagons finally leave, bro, and let the real fans claim their spots back, bro. I can't wait, bro. I'm so sick and tired of y'all, bro, giving y'all inputs, bro. And I'm telling you right now, argue me on Instagram you want. I'm gonna make you look stupid. I'm gonna make you look dumb. And don't play that, oh, you don't hoop. Come to New York. Come to New York. Thank you, Zach. I will make you hate black people the way I'll bust your butt. I'll make you racist. I will make, and that's a wild statement to say, but man, tell you something. I will make you hate black people if you play me one-on-one. Don't do it to yourself, bro. I'm telling you right now. You will tell you, man. I'm telling you.
Wow,
Don't do
that was
it.
crazy. Trust me when I say there were certainly games lost because of that. And in the Western Conference, where every single game matters, you want to be able to maximize who these players are. However, newsflash for a lot of Warrior fans who just want to put Steve Kerr underneath the bus.
It ain't all his
Sorry to tell
fault.
you, dog,
It's not all
those
his
players were not really going to manifest anything in a
not all
postseason
Steve's
setting
fault.
because of their inexperience. But honestly, I just cannot blame Steve Kerr or put all the blame on Steve Kerr for not playing young players. When effectively you're telling me that the best answer for a lot of the problems that the Warriors had was playing rookies and second and third year players. That does not make any sense at all. And so because of the lack of talent, Steph Curry had to do way more than he would normally have to do throughout the entire year. Just wasn't able to do it. It's something that needed to be addressed. And honestly, I just don't know what they're going to do moving forward because they had the opportunity to address this concern by going after talent. But instead they decided to draft young players that turned out to be Kuminga, Wiseman, and Jordan Poole, which just isn't suffice enough at all. So until they fix that problem, there will forever be a ceiling on what this Warriors team is going to look like moving forward.
I'm checking it out.
I believe that is the biggest problem with the Warriors. But after that, there is another massive problem, and it goes by the name of Draymond Green. Now,
Let's talk about it.
Pain me, especially because I don't believe that Draymond will be remembered as favorably as he should be. People don't thoroughly understand the essence and the impact that Draymond has on a night-to-night basis. But also, there is a lot of other impact that we have to talk about Draymond that's been completely negative, completely detrimental.
And that is his ability to not be on the floor. That's one of his biggest things, and him always touching people.
From pushing Kevin Durant away from the team,
knocking
the talent out of Jordan Poole and effectively forcing them to trade him away, and even this year in particular, by removing himself from the lineup for basically a month and a half of basketball because he couldn't keep his hands to himself, knocking out Yusuf Nurkic early this year and having that man Rudy Gobert in a chokehold. Actually, shout out to Bareface. If you want to get your shirt, man, go check out the link in the...
I hate this black man. I hate him so much for wearing that. I hate him.
Someone you cannot trust, being someone who's been a detriment as impactful as he is on the floor, he has to be on the floor. And him missing that many games in a Western Conference where effectively standings and seedings was basically resulted into a difference of 1 or 2 games, only playing 55 games and forcing Steve Kerr and everybody else to pick up the slack and figure out what's the solution to the lack of defensive interior presence that we have is something that he has to hold with this team. And again, it's not just this season, him stepping on Sabonis last year, all of the techs that he picked up throughout the 2016 run. So by the time you got into the finals, one more tech meant that he was going to miss an entire game in the finals. All these are things that have negatively impacted what the Warriors' result is going to look like by the end of the year, and that cannot be ignored. But of course, it doesn't stop there because you have the whole conversation with Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson.
Oh, really? Ross, send me that.
Of any kind, you need to check out.
Please send me that.
My name is Paul, filmmaker and YouTube.
Now, when it comes to Wiggins, honestly, I don't know what happened. 2 years ago, we're talking about an all-star, fringe all-star caliber player who was out there, one of the best 3-and-D options in the NBA, having a great...
Side note, Kyrie can play defense, bro. I just wanted to say that. Y'all call Kyrie a cone is crazy. Kyrie can low-key play some defense, by the way. I just wanted to say that because I see somebody say that before on the gram, and I was like, yo, bro, how long have you been watching Kyrie for like a week? Kyrie can play defense, bro. He can.
away, and someone who can effectively score points on the other side of the floor is something that everybody wants. It made sense for Wiggins to be a high commodity, especially after that postseason run where he had great moments defending Jason Tatum in the NBA Finals. After that run, a lot of people didn't really think it was that crazy. Bro, the fall off has been remarkable.
It's been immaculate.
We're talking about a player who came in the league, didn't really meet expectations, went on a new team, exceeded them slightly, especially because he had lower expectations and has now dipped back off to levels in which he has been effectively unplayable for many games throughout this year. So much so that he actually lost his starting position to Kuminga, which is scary because, again, this is somebody who was a high commodity less than 24 months ago.
And people kept, like I said, bro, like I've seen too many Warrior fans keep pushing these problems under the rug. And like when we would win some games, bro, against who? Like the Grizzlies or some trash can team. And there's times we would barely even win. And y'all would gas it up like crazy. And I'm like, yo, bro, we didn't play nobody. As soon as we play somebody, get clapped. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's what I mean when I say those aren't real fans. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know they absorb basketball just off the side view. They're not really looking at the game. Steph gonna recruit in Paris this summer. Man, I hope he does, Raj. Hope he does, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on, Raj. It's just, oh my Lord.
Unfortunately, because this is the first year of his new contract, the fact that he's going to be receiving around $25 to $30 million
Wiggins
for the
gotta
next
go, man.
3
I'm
more
sorry. Wiggins
seasons,
gotta go, man.
and respectfully, for a team that needs to maximize whatever's left of Steph Curry's prime, he's pointless. I just don't understand. At least on this team, he doesn't really make sense on this team.
No, he doesn't.
I'm gonna just be honest with you all. The thing that I've constantly talked about, regardless if it's on this channel or my main channel or my other channel, the elephant in the room is Klay Thompson, and I hate to do it, man. Klay Thompson and that run that he had with Steph Curry about 5-7 years ago, bro, was magical. It made many people fall in love with the game of basketball. It introduced a style of play that really transcended, changes our perception of how basketball can be played, and was, genuinely speaking, some of the most entertaining, fun, loving, enjoyable basketball I have ever seen in my life.
My dog
But unfortunately, brother, you're washed. You're done. You're cooked. It's tough to admit, but
now I don't say he's washed, but he definitely has to come off the bench from now on, wherever team he goes to, for sure. But I don't think he's washed, though. I think he can still give you 18 points per game, just off the bench somewhere. And like I said, he could stay here, but there's a lot of things that has to happen for him to be able to stay here. You have to get rid of Wiggins. You have to get rid of CP3. He has to take a pay cut. Steph got to take a pay cut. All of them have to take a pay cut. If they do not take a pay cut, I mean, all three have to take pay cuts. If they don't, you gotta get rid of Klay. You have to. Gotta get rid of CP3. You have to get rid of Wiggins. And all three of them have to take a pay cut. They have to, bro. There's no other way. There's no other way.
But we have to have this heart of heart, Klay. It's time to hang it up, man. Your days as a starter, that stuff is out the window. This is by far your worst shooting season of your career. The moments that you've had throughout this season was hard to watch. You lost your starting position to B-Pods or rookie. And you can't even say that you weren't given the opportunity to start. You can't even say that no one entrusted you.
Damn, that hurts.
Watch, you lost your starting position to B-Pods or rookie, and you can't even say that you weren't given.
Oh my Lord. When he says it like that, it's just like, damn. That breaks my heart, bro.
Given the opportunity to start. You can't even say that no one entrusted you to do what needs to be done, because they did. They did. And what's even worse is that when you were coming off the bench, actually looked way better. It was some of the best basketball you've ever played all season long. In the last 28 games, where half of these games you were coming off the bench, 19 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, shooting splits of 46, 42, 95 if you attempted 10 threes. But your minutes got cut down to 28 a game.
I think y'all gotta understand what a wash means. Y'all understand wash means you literally basically don't contribute to anything. That's what wash means. Wash is in the same realm of being a bust. That's what wash is. You know what I mean? This is not washed. Almost 20 points a game on 46, 41%. That's not washed. Was he the best 3-and-D? Yes, but that's just him falling from his prime. That's all that really is. But washed? No, he's not washed. But I don't know why. I mean, it all depends, because some people can play better starting. Some people can play better off the bench, you know. And I guess maybe he has a lot less, you know, stress coming off the bench, I guess. Because him starting, bro, man, he was crazy. Like, it was in a bad way. It was bad. It was pretty bad.
That's you now. You
there's only one level washed, Zach. There's only one level washed.
You're not providing the same value defensively. You can't create as much space that you used to. The shot isn't always there. You're the definition of somebody who should be coming off the bench. And you know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
But the reason why this is such an uncomfortable conversation is not just because this is somebody that we all at one time love to watch. Unless you're like a Houston Rocket fan, then at that point, I get it. Maybe you may not enjoy them because the way that he was torching your team. Like, OKC fan, I can see it. If you're a LeBron fan, I can see it, because he definitely, you know, he had his moments against Shaw. I can see that. But it's not just that. It's the uncomfortable conversation of finances. And that's where a lot of people are leaning towards, that we possibly have seen the last game of the Big Three. 43. Because as I've been telling you all year long,
yeah.
at the trade deadline, the conversation was, what exactly is this team going to do? What they're going to do with Klay Thompson. $43 million he made this year. But he's on the
Raj, come back.
So then the question was, hey, are we actually...
Key Warriors stakeholders have been optimistic Klay Thompson will resign with the Golden State, but there are market forces outside of their control, namely the Magic and Mavericks. Let me tell you something right now. Klay Thompson, I want the Warriors fans to understand this too. You guys are so focused on loyalty, right? So if Klay leaves for money over loyalty, then what? Then what? I guarantee you won't be speaking that same tune of loyalty if he leaves for the money. After we could have traded him, and we didn't, out of loyalty. Then what? Is it still, that's my dog Klay loyal? Nope. It's going to be really hard for you to show your hypocritical nature if he leaves for the money. It's going to really be hard. I know it is.
Actually going to bring back this player to this team.
It's gonna be
a player that will never, ever, ever be someone that we can consistently rely on anymore through any deep postseason run, especially for a team that needs another scorer, another creator, somebody that can alleviate a lot of that pressure off of Curry. Does it make sense for us to bring him back? And if we do we give him the loyalty contract?
Yep, I knew.
Do we give him that type of money just to show him like, hey man, we ride together, we die together, we win together, we lose together. I'm here with you thick and thin. Or do we have real conversations about where we are financially? For those who do not know, this is a team that has committed over $200 million.
Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Oh my God. The stress. The stress. The stress. Oh my God. Oh Lord. I looked at it again. Wiggins, that 30 million is crazy. Oh Lord have mercy. Where's Chris Paul? Oh, 30 million again. Oh, Zach, we are in like the 5th layer of hell right now. My goodness.
M's. Next year, they already have $174 million committed, and both Moody and Kuminga have to receive their rookie extensions.
Yep.
Sure, Chris Paul, his money is not guaranteed completely, but you still want to juggle that money to go out there and get somebody else if necessary.
Yes.
So you might trade him for the 30M, but whoever you receive back is also going to receive around 30 M's. This is a team that rolled the dice on a bunch of young players, and to be fair to them, Jordan Poole, he worked out in that one run back in 2022, won a championship, was really able to organize the offense and looked great in the first round. Next year, not so much. And now this year in Washington, ooh, wow. James Wiseman might genuinely be the biggest.
Yeah, that was mad funny. A little mad funny. Yeah, I'm saying right now, we need. I can't even talk. We need to get Jordan Poole and KD back, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. We need to get Jordan Poole and KD back, bro.
Bust that we've seen probably since either Ben Simmons or Anthony Bennett. We're talking about a top.
Grayson Allen deserves it though. Grayson Allen's nice.
Unplayable for a Detroit Pistons
He's
team that was on a historically bad losing stretch. Ooh, and now you have to hope that a 21, 22-year-old Kuminga, a 24, 25-year-old rookie in TJD will see noticeable improvements, and B-Pods can continue to grow and emerge into a quality player within the next year or two. I'm here to tell you it's not happening. At the end of the day, this is a team that's going to have to overly depend on a 36, next year will be 37-year-old 6'3" guard. That's just not
good
it.
wing.
Bro, this Western Conference is vicious. It's treacherous. Steve Kerr could have played better lineups, better rotations, and played some of these young players earlier, but that still doesn't remove the fact that you don't have another second scoring option. That still doesn't remove the fact that you already spent $200 million on this roster. That doesn't change the fact that Steph Curry next year will be 37. It doesn't change none of that. If you think that those young players are going to improve so much so that next season is going to make a noticeable difference while you commit even more money to this,
you're delusional. You're delusional if you think that.
Roster. Congratulations.
You played yourself.
But if you want to accept the fact that it's over, it's done for, and just enjoy the rest of Curry, Clay, and Draymond.
And let's have some real conversations,
I will
bro.
gracefully allow them to end that dynasty. But for you Warrior fans and everybody else who
you fake Warrior fans, the real ones ain't
want to sit here and put crazy expectations on a team that doesn't have the talent
doesn't have what it takes right now.
You will continue to be disappointed every single year until 30 retires.
Like a freaking stepdad that went out for milk. You're going to be disappointed every single day. Every single day. Keep living in the Lululand. Stepdad ain't coming home. Papa ain't coming home. It's over. It's over. Pops is with Miss Jackson now. 1,000 miles down that way. It's over.
Hey, man, it's been a great dynasty. I really thoroughly enjoy it, man. I think the dynasty is over. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think the Warriors should do moving forward? How do you feel about last night's game? And if you enjoy content like this, as always,
sub to the homie Low, man. We love Low over here, baby.
Watch games with me live. Make sure you go to playback.tv/Lowe's room. And if you want to cop some merch, link is in the description. Peace.
Sub to the homie, man.